I don't understand why this is not a bigger story. I don't understand why there doesn't seem to be any concern here. No one seems to care. And when I say no one seems to care, I am talking about the two organizations that should care the most. The two organizations that are the most impacted by these god-awful ratings to start the season. The worldwide leader in woke, ESPN, and their brother in woke, Alice Silver, in the NBA front office. Now, I will give the rest of the mainstream media credit. Throughout the first month of the season, the media, they have been hammering the NBA on these pitiful ratings and the unwatchable product that they are putting on the court. But Alice is not concerned. Alice is not worried about his league being second-class passengers on the Brews caboose. No! You see, Adam Silver is not concerned because declining ratings in the NBA, it's not his fault. Last week, Adam Silver was interviewed by Front Office Sports. Now, to their credit, they pressed Adam Silver on these rapidly declining ratings in the NBA, which is something that ESPN would never do. Instead of Adam Silver taking responsibility, instead of Adam Silver telling the truth, he did what deacons at Woke United Methodist always do when their dedication to the woke fungus inevitably destroys everything it touches. Instead of Adam Silver acknowledging that the NBA is a polished turd, he blamed everyone else for their declining ratings. Hey, it's me, Alice! I lost my spectacles, so I can't read the thousands of excuses that I came up with to absolve myself of this disaster that I created. But I can tell you with certainty, these bad ratings, they're not our fault. It was the World Series, it's the NFL, it was the election, we were competing with Orange Man Bad. The NBA is still offering a quality product, we just can't compete with damn near anything else on television. Let me get this straight. You're offering a quality product, but your quality product can't compete with Major League Baseball. Your quality product can't compete with the NFL, which has presented viewers with some of the worst football that we have seen in years, possibly even decades. You're offering a quality product, but you can't compete with fake wrestling, oiled up men in tights passionately rolling around with each other, competing in a manufactured fight. The NBA can't compete with that? That response from Adam Silver, that is the number one problem in the NBA. I know the media's in love with Alice. I know the media thinks that Adam Silver is a nice boy. Adam is swell. He's my friend. I'm sure Adam Silver's a nice guy. I'm sure Adam Silver would be an excellent neighbor. If my yard guy's lawnmower ran out of gas while he was cutting my yard, Adam Silver, he would run across the street and fill up the tank. If I was struggling financially and I couldn't pay my power bill, Adam Silver, he would adopt the motto of Motel 6. Don't worry, KC, Adam will keep the lights on for you. As a neighbor or as a member of my family, couldn't ask for better than Adam Silver, but as commissioner of the NBA, it's no bueno. Because the problem is, the players know that Adam Silver is a nice guy and they can take advantage of him. The players know Adam Silver will not hold them accountable. If you want to know how this story ends, if you want to know how the story of nice guys in positions of leadership ends, just look at my New Orleans Saints. Same thing that happened to my Saints, it's happening right now in the NBA. Both organizations were led by real leaders. Both organizations had established cultures of respect. And both organizations were given to nice guys who completely destroyed it. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Fluffernoggin. It is the holiday season, which means it's time for stuffing faces and arguing with family disgraces who voted for cackling Cam Harris. Over the next few weeks, you'll be eating turkey, you'll be eating ham, but one thing that sometimes gets overlooked during the holidays, snacks. But Uncle KC has the snacks covered for you this year with Fluffernoggin. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell is a Fluffernoggin? Fluffernoggin produces craft beef jerky made with 100% organic brisket right here in America. You don't have to worry about consuming cows raised by Mahmoud on a farm halfway across the world. Fluffernoggin's cows are bred and raised right here in America. Fluffernoggin beef jerky is soft and tender, and it doesn't require the usual dental work after consumption to remove the tough pieces stuck in your teeth. Fluffernoggin comes in a variety of flavors, ranging from sweet, savory, spicy, and sometimes all of the above. With Christmas right around the corner, Fluffernoggin would make an excellent stocking stuffer. And right now, they are offering two different specials. You can use promo code BTL50 to receive 5 bags for $50, or you can use code BTL100 to receive 11 bags for $100. Both offers come with free shipping, so click the link in the description below. Elevate your snack game with Fluffernoggin today. You know, I have noticed a glaring trend with ratings in the NBA. I'm going to give you these ratings. See if you can spot the same trend that I did. Last Wednesday, Bulls-Bucks, ESPN, 1.2 million viewers, down 40% compared to last year. Later that night, Knicks-Suns, just over 1 million viewers, down 47%. The Friday before, ESPN had a doubleheader featuring their two biggest draws in both windows. LeBron James was in the early window and Steph Curry, he was the late game. Now, this should have delivered excellent ratings for the NBA, right? Your two biggest draws on national television on the same night? There's no excuse to be made here, right? I'm sure the excuse will be, well, they were competing with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Which goes back to the same question I had earlier. If the NBA is offering a quality product, how come they can't compete with fake wrestling, or in this case, fake boxing? Lakers Spurs, 1.3 million, down 7%. Rainbow Warriors Kings, barely over 1 million viewers, down 21%. Now, let's take a look at NBA games on TNT. Cavs Celtics last Tuesday night, 1.9 million. It was the third largest audience of the year. It was up 25% compared to last season. Later that night, Thunder Spurs, 1.3 million, down 16%. So far this season, the NBA on ESPN is down almost 30%, while the NBA on TNT is basically flat. No growth, but also no declines. Are you noticing the trend? Now, I have been seeing this since we started talking about ratings last month. The NBA seems to be doing fine on TNT, while the so-called home of the NBA, the worldwide leader in woke ESPN, the so-called home of the NBA, they are struggling to draw flies to a fresh turd. Question is, why? I'll give you my reason. As you guys know, I watch a lot of the NBA. Some people will claim that TNT has been given better matchups so far this season. Some people will claim that TNT has dealt with less competition on Tuesday nights. But I think the reason that we are seeing declines at ESPN, their coverage of the NBA sucks. I mean, it sucks. And look. This does not absolve the NBA of their own problems, but you cannot have a bad product on the court and a worse product covering that bad product. NBA coverage on ESPN is absolutely embarrassing. ESPN treats Stephen A. Smith like he is a star player in the NBA. Remember last year during the playoffs, ESPN was showing Stevie entering the building? They are playing to the ego of a grown man who is old enough to be the grandfather of some of these NBA players. ESPN is placating his ego, allowing him to live out this weird fantasy of being a star basketball player. The pre- and post-game show, atrocious. And the thing is, it's not like ESPN doesn't have talented people covering the NBA. Shams Charania, Mike Wilbon, Kendrick Perkins. I know Kendrick Perkins can be a doofus sometimes, but when he is analyzing the NBA, dude's pretty good. Problem is, the bad far outweighs the good. Check out some of these other names on the pre- and post-game show. Obviously, show is hosted by Malika Andrews, who might as well be the face of NBA coverage at ESPN. Next to Malachi, Shiny Aguamike? Shanae Aguamike? Whatever. According to ESPN, Shanae is an NBA analyst. How? I can tell you with 100% certainty, there has never been a woman that has played in the NBA. So, how is Shanae an NBA analyst? Well, Casey, she played in the WNBA. She was a huge star. Let me get this straight. We are now saying that pretend basketball players are qualified to analyze professional basketball. Now, I know it's a step up from Mina Kimes, but TNT, they are offering real analysts. TNT has analysts who actually played in the league. Once you get to the actual game on ESPN, it goes from bad to worse. Now, Mike Breen and Tim Legler, amazing. Matter of fact, since ESPN fired Zach Lowe, which was amazingly stupid, what the fuck are they doing? You have got the bum squad providing coverage of the most important league on your network, and you decide to fire one of the best NBA guys that you've got on the roster? You couldn't fire Malika Andrews? You couldn't fire Monica McDougal? Shiny Aguamike? Anyway, Mike Breen, Tim Legler, amazing. That's all ESPN had to do. Leave these two dudes alone, let them call the games. What does ESPN do instead? They insert Doris Burke. Why? Because they have got to have a woman calling NBA games to meet their diversity quota. Like Shanae, ESPN calls Doris an NBA analyst. Her legendary analysis the other night was claiming that Nikola Jokic has underrated hands. Now, according to Doris, a 3-time MVP is underrated. That trio is what ESPN considers the A squad. Don't even get me started with the bum squad. The bum squad is led by Mark Jones. Who? Mark Jones! Mark Jones! Do I even need to explain? Do I need to sit here and explain why Mark Jones is an insufferable dork? ESPN's coverage of the NBA is just bad. And again, this does not absolve the NBA of its own problems, but you can't have a bad product being covered by a bad product. I know in math, 2 negatives make a positive. That is not the case here. We can get into the litany of problems in the NBA the next time we analyze their ratings. That is another 15 or 20-minute discussion that I don't have time to get to today. But I just don't think it's a coincidence that the NBA seems to be doing fine on TNT while they are struggling on ESPN. What about you? Is this coincidental? Has TNT benefited from better matchups? Or do you think the coverage provided by ESPN, or the complete lack thereof, contributes to declining NBA ratings on their network? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. Best way to contact me is through email, btlkc84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys later.